So a lot has happened in the last week or so. It's culminated in Logan kind of retracting in a weird way some of his statements and him getting in a lot of trouble over a pig. So what the heck is this all about? How did we get to this point? I think we have to start where we left off. The next thing in this bizarre, messed up timeline is Logan did an impulsive on January 4th, and let's just watch it together.
That I created about a year and a half ago. And the question everyone's going to be asking is why now? Why talk about this series or this project right now? So again, this YouTuber named Coffeezilla released a 3-part series. He spent a year making it, and I'll be honest, it was very good. He is entertaining, and he's a very good storyteller. I mean, essentially, if you're making content on YouTube, I assume it's to get views and to get people watching your stuff. I get what he's doing. If you put my name in the title and you label it Logan Paul's Scam, you're going to get more views.
This is really crazy to me. He's still, even after that first response video, repeating this thing. He's like, you put my name in the title, you're going to get a lot of views. Because the only thing that his brain understands is get money, get views. That's the only thing that matters. So when he's trying to understand another YouTuber, that's the only context he can understand it in. He only understands Coffeezilla in the worst way possible. He assigns him the worst motivations that you could assign anybody making a video like this, because that's how he thinks. There's actually more evidence for this later in the video. And I think the way he thinks about YouTube and content creation in general is revealed in this podcast. So later on, he shows that he sent Coffeezilla an email. The first paragraph is the funniest thing to me. He says, even though you broke laws, hardly substantiated your evidence, fabricated dangerously misleading falsehoods, and wrongly accused me of scamming my fans, I'd love to host you on Impulsive again. So how are you going to, in the same breath, accuse someone of breaking laws and being a liar and then invite them on your podcast? Like the cognitive dissonance to do that, I don't understand how disconnected from reality you have to even be able to do that, to be able to type that sentence and go, yeah, that was a good email, bro.
And if you watch my video, hopefully you're seeing this. The guy is good. He is a very good storyteller, and he is very, very manipulative, and he's good. He's built an entire career off it. Sometimes he's more impartial than not. I think he probably.
So I want you to listen to like the words that he chose to say right there really carefully. He said, the guy is good. He's really, really good. He's a good storyteller. He's very manipulative. So like in Logan's mind, there is no differentiation between being a good storyteller and being manipulative. And I think this also reveals to us a part of like how he thinks about his content. He thinks that if you can manipulate people, that's good storytelling. That's not predatory. That's just content, bro.
So my first question, and this question was answered in his series. It was a 5-second blip that was a part of a probably hour-long of documentary, filmmaking, was how much money did you make off the sale of the coin or off CryptoZoo as a project? How much money did you make?
Yeah, this seems to be the biggest misconception, and it is disappointing that part was glossed over so quickly. Made no money off CryptoZoo. Never sold the token. Jeff never sold the token. Only lost money trying to make things right, along with everyone else in the project. But no money was made. No tokens were sold. And Coffeezilla even said that in his series. So to answer your question, yeah. No money was made by Jeff or I.
And just back to the flip side really quick. To me, once I heard that seemed just like a kill shot to this entire thing.
First of all, note look at how tight the camera operator zooms in on his face. Like, this is a very emotional moment, okay? We really want to get Logan's face as big as possible on the screen. Like, we really want the viewer to feel like heart to Logan. Like, he's just really emotional right now, guys. He really took a huge L, and this wasn't a scam. In fact, he lost money. Oh, wait, except all of the leaked text messages, which he still hasn't addressed, that show that you plotted to commit a scam in your group text, and then everyone who was working with you, except for your manager, did scam. So you planned a rug pull, you hired people to execute the rug pull, they rug pulled, and you're trying to say that it wasn't a scam.
It was purely good. I put 7 months of my time, energy, effort, all of it into this project. And when shit hit the fan, it was devastating. It was heartbreaking. I never acted with malintention. I mean, again, like what was the intent to make money? I mean, I guess maybe eventually, like if you're running a business, I'd assume any intent is to make money off of it. But like, did we ever capitalize financially off of this? Absolutely fucking not.
For people.
I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to read the leaked group text from CoffeeZilla's video. So this is one of the leaked texts from Jake the Crypto King, who is in a group with Logan, and they're planning Crypto Zoo, how they're going to launch it. Jake says, 1, we mint tokens via wallet address, new phone or just need wallet, doesn't matter. 2, we lock tokens in a liquidity pool from that same wallet address. 3, we lock team tokens to be distributed over months to the founders that have token allocations. 4, we begin buying out of the liquidity pool. Once the team has exhausted funds for the liquidity pool buying, we send the contract address to family, friends, investors who want to be able to get in. Okay, so it's a bunch of techno finance mumbo jumbo. Basically what they're saying is they're going to let the insiders buy first. They're going to try and make it legal by doing a soft launch. So they're going to launch the thing. They're not going to announce it. They're not going to publicize it. They're going to do a soft launch to try and be legal, because it's illegal to have insider trading pre-launch on a crypto. So they don't want to go to jail, but they want to scam people. So the solution is launch the thing, tell no one, buy it all up. Okay, keep that in mind. Then later, Jake says, hey guys, Zoo Day is tomorrow. I highly recommend every get a few hundred to a few thousand in Zoo when it goes live. It will likely 10 to 1,000x based on how the market adopts. To do this, you need Trust Wallet on your phone and BNB on Trust Wallet. Okay, so they're planning for the launch. They're going to pump it. And then somebody goes in and starts selling. They're not sure who it is. And this is Logan's response. How did anyone get this token except for us, and none of us sold? So one of the insiders dumped before they had all agreed to dump. And Logan says, how did anyone get this token except for us, and none of us sold? So this kind of proves that Logan was in on the pump and dump plan. He was mad that one of the insiders sold before they had all agreed to sell. So for him to come out and say, this was never about profit, I never wanted to make money. You planned a pump and dump. These messages were leaked.
To make this game. And that's part of the solution. Deliver the fucking project, right? And that's never stopped. There have been massive road bumps and massive obstacles along the way. But that was always the prerogative. CoffeeZilla making a series or not, the game is being made. He just assumed we gave up on it.
So this is really funny to me, because he says we never stopped. We never stopped developing the game, even though there's all these posts from people who had invested saying, why did you guys abandon us? And Logan had already gone on to start 2 more crypto projects after they stopped updating Crypto Zoo. So for him to come back and say, we never stopped, that is a complete lie, and should be pretty easy to prove. If the victims end up doing a class action lawsuit, they should be able to show that there was no updates, there was no posts on social media for a very long time.
But also you have to understand that it's not simple. I mean, he's trying to bridge the gap here between protecting his client, protecting a project that he's been a part of, getting out whatever information is possible. I've said this a million times. The internet loves to oversimplify very complex issues.
On top of the complex issue that we dealt with, which were issues with people, the blockchain technology, and this is something that's brand new, and what Logan ideated in his head of a really cool idea is actually somewhat complex.
Which is, by the way, hard for me to swallow.
Okay, and
I have a vision and an
hard
idea of these things, and then I say, Jeff, here's what I want to make. Here's what I want to do. And then people are put in place to attempt to make that happen. And when it was found out that either A, they had ill intent, or B, were incapable of doing it, and then really hit the fan, what do I do? What do I do?
What do I do? What do I do? You finished the game, you idiot. This is so funny to me, because they use the classic crypto scammer defense. almost every crypto scammer ends up using this defense at some point when they're trying to salvage the sinking ship. They say, this is really complicated, and you people criticizing us don't understand what you're talking about. We are smart. We are intelligent. We know what you're doing. You're an idiot. You, and stop criticizing us. Like, that's literally the extent of this argument. So this video received a ton of dislikes. I don't think even Logan's fans like this. It's got a terrible dislike ratio. People are just skewering him in the comments. So this video, this impulsive episode, just kind of simmered for a couple days, and then this came out on Twitter. So 2 days later, on January 6th, Logan posted this in his Discord. He said, "Hey all, just wanted to update you. I deleted my initial response to Coffee's series. It was rash and misaligned with the true issue at hand, so I called him today and apologized. The war is not with Coffee. In fact, I'm grateful he brought this to light. I will be taking accountability, apologizing, and coming forward with a plan in the near future. Thank you all for believing in this project and sticking with me. I know it's been bumpy, but your support is everything to me, and I will make this right." This is a huge change of heart. Like, this is from 2 days ago saying, yeah, this guy's lying, he's a manipulator, he's breaking the law, I never had ill intentions, to saying, I'm glad he called me out, I called him and apologized. What happened? What happened? So there's a lot of speculation about that, but first let's see how coffeezilla responded. So Coffee was ready to release a response video around this time, and he tweeted this January 6th. He said, "Logan called me. He said he's deleting the 2 responses and is dropping the lawsuit threats. I believe he's making a 3rd response, which I'll be delaying my video to include. Hopefully this time he takes accountability and refunds the victims of Crypto Zoo. That's what matters." So I think the first 2 responses that he's referring to here are the video that I reacted to about a week ago, and then the impulsive episode that we just watched. So for one thing, he did unlist or private the video from a week ago where he makes all those claims. It's like a 7.5 minute video. The impulsive episode is still up, which is kind of weird to me if he said he's going to back down. And he still hasn't posted a 3rd response. So in the last day or 2, there have been a ton of posts about this pig. And you might be saying, who cares about this pig? It has nothing to do with this. It kind of does. So this gentle barn on Instagram posted, she's lucky to still be alive, introducing the newest resident at our CA sanctuary, Pearl. And a lot of people said that pig looks kind of familiar. Here's the caption they put with that photo. It says, "Pearl was found alone in a field next to another pig who had passed away. She came to us with tattered ears and a potentially life-threatening infection in her uterus that has since been healed. She's clearly been through so much trauma that we can't begin to imagine, but she's now safe with us at the Gentle Barn. From what I've been told, it's believed she was purchased originally from a breeder by an influencer. People often buy mini pigs or teacup pigs for clout online, believing they will stay small. When they inevitably grow very large and have many unexpected needs, they're sadly discarded. While we don't know everything she's been through in her past, we know her life now is filled with friends, nutritious foods, the highest quality care, and so much love."
Why are these not more common pets?
I don't know, Logan. Why aren't they more common pets? You tell us. After the sanctuary tweeted about Pearl, somebody dug up this tweet from Logan where he said, "I bought Pearl over a year ago. I was told she was a mini pig. She's not." Logan, that's why more people don't keep these as pets, because they get really big.
Sometime with her. Just have an open mind to a different name.
I just think it's Pearl Bing Bing.
But you're right.
You're
There are
let's
a
see.
lot of Pearl the pigs on Instagram.
But not Pearl Bing Bing.
I don't know if you caught that, but she said there's a lot of Pearl the pigs on Instagram. They literally bought this pig so they could put it on Instagram, and they named the pig not with thinking what's the best name for this pig, but how do we get the most likes? How do we SEO rank this pig's life? So the sanctuary actually posted more about Pearl, putting a video up that's called "Welcome Home Pearl." It says that they got a call about a pig in an abandoned field, and you can see them hauling Pearl out of the back of this truck. She was found with another pig who had passed away. Very sad. She's lucky to still be alive. And we were told she belonged to a famous YouTuber. The next day on January 10th, Logan tweeted, "Pearl was rehomed to an amazing ranch that I visited in Santa Clarita when I moved to Puerto Rico. I was unable to bring her to the island. She lived there happily for 10 months before the owner sold the ranch. She was rehomed without my knowledge to the farmer across the street. As far as I know, the farmer called the Gentle Barn to pick her up and denies there was a second pig. Pearl was transferred alone. This is an incredibly heartbreaking situation. I had Pearl for 2 years. I'm beyond thankful to the Gentle Barn for taking her in and will do whatever I need to aid in Pearl's care." So maybe that's true. I don't know. He didn't post any evidence for it. It's pretty much just his word versus a bunch of pictures and videos from the Gentle Barn. So maybe it wasn't him that abandoned the pig, but the guy he gave the pig to. We don't know. And then on the same day, later in the day, he tweeted, "The Matrix is real. Pray you never become its target." I think it's pretty telling that instead of owning up so far and saying, "Oh yeah, sorry guys, I messed up. I'm not going to do that again," he's come to the conclusion that the whole world must be a simulation and it all must be against me. Yeah, that's the most reasonable explanation for what's going on right now. Not I'm a bad person, not I'm a scumbag and people are mad at me for trying to steal millions of dollars. Nope. We live in the Matrix. The Matrix is real. Pray you never become its target. Listen, Logan, if the Matrix is just targeting Ponzi schemes, I guess I support the Matrix. So, you know what's crazy to me is I'm going to bring up a topic that is very much a minefield. People have gotten strikes just for talking about this on YouTube, but I'm going to make a comparison here really quick. So in 2018, Logan got in a lot of trouble. And I have to be really careful with my words here because I don't want the channel to get a strike or get banned off of YouTube. But he made a very controversial video where he used people who had exited the server of their own accord for content in a certain forest. And then he had a very similar response where he was like, "It's just content. I didn't mean any disrespect." And then his very next video, in the video, he abused animals. And I don't think I can describe exactly what happened. You could look it up if you want, but a lot of people have forgotten about it because it happened so close to this forest video that the whole thing where he was abusing animals kind of got swept under the rug. It wasn't as big of a story because it was literally the next video after this on his channel. He came out in his defense for that was, well, the animals that were featured in that video had already exited the server. So they weren't actually being abused. He's gotten called out for something massive, and then some animal abuse surfaces. And then he completely retracts his defenses of himself, and it looks like he's going to make another apology. So this is the apology he made. You probably recognize this frame if you've been on YouTube for any amount of time. This is probably one of the most infamous apologies on all of YouTube. And this is the apology he made after that forest thing and the thing with the animals. He made this apology. So he completely retracted all of his defenses of himself and just said, "Yeah, I messed up." And it's weird to me how similar these two sets of instances are. It's like history is just repeating itself. I'm very much of the mind that people shouldn't be banned off of YouTube for saying or doing controversial things. But I do think that if you scam people out of their money, you should go to jail. And if you're in jail, then you can't make YouTube videos. I think it's very telling of his character that when he gets called out, he's willing to backpedal and turn into a completely different person when it's his last option, but he makes sure it's his last option. He will say anything to try and get out of trouble. And then his last option is, "I'm going to do this apology thing." So I think this is the next thing to happen. Why did he do this? Why did he back out? Why did he do a 180? Why did his personality change? I think what's going on is I kind of speculated on Twitter that I think maybe he talked to a real lawyer and not just his circle of yes men. I think he might have had an oh shit moment where he realized, oh, I could actually go to prison for the way we did this crypto zoo thing. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen next with this. We'll see if Logan responds. And until then, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Peace.